You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Hello and welcome to Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast suitable for all ages from to and everything in between. I'm Tiernan, and this week, listeners, I'm very excited because I've been sent a very big box in the post, and I thought I'd do a live unboxing here on this show, as people like that stuff, don't they? People like people unboxing things. Do you ever watch those videos where someone gets a box and they have a really annoying voice and they say like, oh my gosh, I've got a box and I've no idea what's inside, even though it's got a really big label on it saying what's inside, and they probably ordered it in the first place, so they would have had an email saying what's inside, and then the person that delivered it probably would have said, hey, here's your box with this inside, will you sign for it please? They definitely know. But then you have to watch them open the box, which is always really easy. They just open it straight away and they never get those really annoying bits of sellotape that you can't find the end for, and then you try to find it for ages, and then you have to get scissors, and then you have to cut around it, and then you have to try and find the opening, and then there's all the packaging bits that go every... Anyway, these people, they just take the thing out of the box and they play with it for ages, and then you just have to watch them playing with something, and the whole time you just think, why? Why am I watching this when I could just spy on our neighbours across the road when the postman arrives and see the same thing? Anyway, I thought I'd open this box here now for you so it can be exactly like that. Linda, do you want to see and hear me open this box, Linda? Oh well, here goes. Oh, of course it has that annoying sellotape that you can't find the end for, but I will find it. No, actually, I'm going to give up and get some scissors. Aha! And I'm just going to open this bit and... Ooh, inside, listeners, is one of those machines that makes everything fizzy. It's called a gassy wizard, apparently. Exciting. Let me fizz up some drinks. What to start on first? Probably something easy, like water or, like orange squash or, here we go. Ooh, that's so fizzy. I have half of it bubbled up my nose before I could even drink it. Oh, I love it. What else can I fizz? I don't want to do anything boring. I don't want to do stuff that you already get lemonade, don't you? And cherryade and orangeade and pineappleade and shoeade and Gatorade made with real gators and rhinoade made with... what isn't normally fizzy that I could fizz up? Oh, I know. Milk. That is... weird. It tastes a bit like it's gone off. Oh, I know. Bread. Bread's not normally fizzy. It's like if bread had a party and only bubbles were invited. I love it. What else shouldn't be fizzy? Pickled gherkins. Oh, that is awful, but amazing. Everything must be fizzy. I'm going to make everything fizzy. Chairs, plants, goats, whatever that is over there. Oh, wow, I feel really gassy, but I've got to continue. Oh, can I make the bits where I tell you to send things in fizzy? Ah, yeah, amazing. If you have anything that you want to send into this show, but particularly questions that need answering as well, I need you to send in lots if you would like more episodes of Radio Nonsense, especially if you've not sent in a question before. Please do send it in. And if you do have a question that needs answering, get your poopy dummies, grown-ups, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. If they'd also like to sign you up to our advert-free Linda edition for a small monthly fee, then you'll get the podcast one day early too. And enough people join up, then you never know. There might even be some bonus episodes as well. Also, I should let you know that on Spotify now, if you listen to this, there should be a Q&A on there. And if you send in anything there, I think I get it pretty quickly. We're doing some live Comedy Club for Kids shows at the Edinburgh Fringe all month, as well as all over the rest of the UK. So check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk or to see where we are, and comedyclubforkids.store to check out our t-shirts and book. And very importantly, the next 2 weeks of episodes are holiday episodes, and by that I mean I am going to be on holiday, which I'm going to make fizzy, and I'm going to go to my usual location of wherever Linda has booked in for me. So they will be slightly different shows until I am back, but I do hope you enjoy them too. Oh, I love that bit being fizzy, but oh goodness, I'm so full of gas. I'm slightly worried I might pop. But more things must be fizzy. What about the most importantest bit, but fizzy?
So how does still water become fizzy water?
Hooray! It is the return of the excellent Javier Jarquin, aka Javier, who always jumps off the last stair, aka Javier Jarquinington, Grand Duke of Bork, or as all our Creole-speaking listeners say about you, no tanks a day tray for cot don. But of course, Javier, you are most famous for living life close to the edge, because that's where you built your house and you have to be careful not to fall off when you leave for the day. For in 1997, sneezing so loudly that a man in Timbuktu called Herbert fell over twice. And for your global mission to iron out all the crinkles in crinkle cut crisps, or for our American listeners, crinkle cut chips. Javier, it's so nice to have you back on the show. How are you?
I'm very busy with all these accolades, apparently. These crinkles and these chips or the crisps, they just need to be ironed out. Hello, everyone. It's lovely to be here. My name is Javier, and if my accent sounds a little bit different to what you're used to hearing, it's because I'm from New Zealand.
It's because you're from New Zealand, but you're currently in the UK, so you've traversed the globe. I'm trying to think of our listeners. Will it be different to what our listeners are used to hearing? They hear all sorts of stuff.
They've heard goats. Sorts of things.
They've heard goats. They've heard yaks. They hear. I think you're fine. And do you generally find that people? You talk to people, and they just go, "What's going on? Why is your voice like this?"
That's not the voice that's supposed to come out of your face. What's going on? Yeah, it's weird. When I go back to New Zealand, I've been living in London for a long time, and when I go back to New Zealand, everyone says, "You sound like you live in London." And when I live in London, people say, "You don't sound like you live in London at all." So I have no home. I have
what you have to do. You have to live in the exact midpoint between London and New Zealand.
Yes, Singapore. And I guess, here I come.
Is it Singapore? So it's luckily it's not in the ocean or something. You'd have to live.
I mean, it probably would be in the ocean, knowing my luck. But if you're going to fly from London to New Zealand, listen up, guys. It is a long way. It is from London to Singapore, 12 hours, and then another 12 hours from Singapore to Christchurch, which is where I'm from. And basically, you just spend a day on a plane.
That's a nice way to spend a day, isn't it? Just like
these days, it is. You can choose a movie on your screen. When I was a kid growing up on the planes, there was one TV in the middle of the plane, and you all watched the same movie, whether you like it or not. And you would, the pilot would come on, and they'd be like, "We're going up to the 37,000 feet," and everyone would just be going, "What's the movie going to be? What's the movie going to be?" And when they'd announce the movie, you'd hear a bunch of people go, "Yay!" and a bunch of people go, "Ooh."
Yeah, and then also, you'd all be watching the same one screen, and if there was one person who with a massive head with big hair sat right in front of it, then no one saw the film. No one would ever see the film. Yeah.
If you were behind Marge Simpson, there was just no hope for you. Too bad.
No hope at all.
Just had to listen to it.
Nightmare. But now you get like all the TVs and all the games and everything. It's lovely.
Amazing. You can choose to play games or watch TV, and you can pause the movie. That is witchcraft, as far as I'm concerned. In the air, as you're flying through the air, you can choose and pause movies.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's brilliant, and also it just makes us so much better than birds, because birds fly through the air, but at no point do they get to watch a film or even pause it.
Yeah, they don't get any meals. No one comes up to a bird and goes, meals. "Would you like the veggie option?" No one's even that.
They don't get that, and in fact they have to land to get a meal, which would be they've got the worst of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've done all this work getting up there, and if they're hungry, they go, "Oh, I've got to go all the way back down."
Yeah,
sink into the waves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have you seen that the golden eagles that they prey on mountain goats? And what they do is they're
Well,
really
okay.
mean. They go up to a mountain goat on the side of a mountain and they just claw anywhere they can, and they try to drag it off the mountain. The mountain goat's going, "Just leave me alone, leave me alone," and then he makes it fall and it eats it.
Wow.
Maybe that's a bit dark, but that's
No, I
nature
love
children.
the ambition of those eagles have got like that's the ambition you want, right? Because if say you were a bird and maybe I mean eagles are quite big, but you kind of don't like most other birds. Like I'll go for a mouse, I'll go for a rat, and this eagle's like I'm getting that goat, I am
Yeah.
getting that goat, and then next a yak, and then next an elephant. And I'm
Yeah.
going to keep scaling up.
Yeah, eagle-eyed ambition, my friends. Eagle-eyed
it.
ambition. Do you think you could catch? What bird do you think you could catch?
Oh, a bird that I could
Yeah,
catch.
if I said
I
catch
don't.
a bird, what kind of bird would you get?
Oh,
What do you think?
I'd have to get one of the ground ones that doesn't go
Yeah.
like a turkey or a kiwi or a one of those ones because I think if it flies I'm done. Like there's no way.
Yeah, you're not going to
bird.
get one of the flying ones. You have to get one of the
Yeah.
land ones. But even then, they're like, even the land ones, you get close to them, they will suddenly go, "Oh, I can fly," and go off.
Yeah,
Like a duck can fly. Chickens can fly a little bit.
just enough to make it hard to catch one.
Like a turkey's
Yeah.
got a lot of body to hold on to. But they
Yeah,
could be, they've also got a lot of strength in those legs. Maybe a goose.
yeah. I think a turkey would peck you, and I don't
Yeah.
think you'd have a like you. It would hurt. It would really hurt.
I think I'd have to go for a duck myself. Just sneak up. Yeah, because they're not super scared of humans because sometimes they're like, "Do you have bread?" And you could get close and then lunge. And if they
Yeah.
pick you, they've got that kind of like rounded beak, which wouldn't hurt as much.
I think I think they'd make a lot of noise and they'd definitely be flapping, which would be hard to hold on to. See, part of me is thinking about a penguin as long as you're not near water. Because if you're not near water, I reckon, and they waddle, they don't waddle that quick.
No,
And then I think they look quite
they could do the
huggable.
stomach slide.
Yeah,
The
but
little
not if
land
you're like
torpedo.
if you like just encounter them in say like I don't know like a park or a high street. I don't think they'd be able to stomach slide. Do you know what I mean?
It's on the high street.
Yeah, like if you're trying to get a penguin in the Arctic or like in the Antarctic, they're on their turf. That penguin is not you're not going to be able to catch it. But if you were to encounter a penguin in a supermarket or a high street or a car park, like that penguin, you can get it. I reckon.
Yeah, you just be like, "Wrong place, wrong time, penguin. You're mine."
That's right. That's right. You got lost, and now there's going to be trouble. Yeah.
Oh, fun fact! Well, before we move on from ducks, a duck's quack does not echo, and nobody knows why.
I've heard this before, right? But how do people? So you can tell me this. How do people know that? Do they take ducks into caves or into like mountainsides and then just be like, "Go for it"? Like,
Go for quack, go on, quack, and then they hear nothing. I like to think of like there's a team of scientists that like take a duck into like this vacuum sealed like chamber, like the Hadron Collider or something, and they just kind of like poke it with a stick until it quacks, and they just suddenly the readings come out or they don't because it doesn't echo.
Because it just feels to me like most places you see a duck aren't echoey. Like ponds aren't very echoey anyway.
No.
So someone is having to take, like you say, these scientists are having to just get a load of ducks, be like, right, we're all going to stand under this tunnel today.
Yeah.
Everybody
Who was the
quack.
first person? Like, well, maybe there was a person with a pet duck, and they're like, "Ducky, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon and heard your own voice echo? Oh, you've got to do it." And they did this massive trip out there, and they stood there, and they go, "It's like this," and they went, "Alan, Alan, 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 your turn." Quack, nothing. And he went, "That's a bit odd. Hold on."
Yeah.
Squeeze, no, nothing. Again, let's get science onto this.
It must have been so disappointing for the duck as well, because
I
I
know.
think like everyone loves echoing.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah. And also like it's so much fun shouting your name and then like you hear it back like somebody further and further away saying it, but the duck's just like quack. Oh, like no one wants to shout back at me. It must feel a bit upset by it.
Have you ever stood in a place and heard your like? Have you ever heard your own name echoed, like in a place where you can just shout it out and you hear it come back to you?
Oh yeah, where I've done it, not like where someone else has done it and it's creeped me out. Like that'd be weird if I was just standing in a place and I just heard like tuna. I went, ah no, or there's an emergency in the mountains. I must go.
The tuna signals come out.
Yeah, that's
Do you want something visual? No, he's very audible.
That's it.
He hears like a
He'll
bat.
just shout. There's not many Tiernans. If we shout his name, he'll know it's him. That's how I get away with it. Yeah.
I feel you.
Do you think ducks get into a lot of trouble in mountains because they can't echo? Like, because like people. Maybe I'm getting that confused. Oh, and is it like yodeling? What do people use something in mountains, don't they, when they're in trouble? Is it echoes? Is it yodels?
Oh, I'm just thinking of those old cartoons where they'd just be sitting in the mountains and someone would always and definitely go yodelay-hee-hoo.
Yeah, and then it would get echo all the way through, and then whereas ducks are like, I'm stuck in this mountain.
I'm stuck now. I knew I shouldn't have come hiking. This was a stupid idea. I should have stayed at the pond.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe that's why you don't see ducks hiking up mountains very often.
Yeah, they know they've got no out if things go south.
I was going to say, because your fact, which is a brilliant fact, Javier, and I think I've heard it before, but I was going to say it's like one of those facts. What's the other one? Is it that pigs can't look up? I think is that like one of the other one that right.
I think I heard that one ages ago.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's true, but I think there's some, because like I've never been at a farm, and I've thought like, why aren't these pigs looking at the sky? Or like somebody like you say, somebody's taking ducks to caves. Somebody is trying to wave at pigs from a plane. There's somebody I think that looks at these farm animals and says, "You are not enough. I need you to do more."
Maybe there was just a farmer that was like, all the other animals are really digging these fireworks except the pigs. I don't know why they're not. Why aren't they? It's a beautiful firework. Look up, pig. Look up. Pig's just going, something's going on up there. I don't know. Everyone else looks very happy.
Especially if you'd put it on the display just for the pigs as well. You'd be very upset.
You got to put a mirror on the ground for the pigs so they can look up. There you go. Problem solved.
Oh, that's so easy.
That's
really easy. And surely for ducks, if they used one of those, like those little things you can do that changes your voice, like the little megaphones. So if ducks change their voice, then their voice might echo.
There you go. Done.
Yeah.
They give them a little voice. We're giving voices to animals that had none before.
What do you think ducks should go? Because those things normally have a high pitched voice, a low voice, sometimes a weird, scary voice.
Yes.
What's better for quacking?
I would love to hear a low quack, because a quack is quite high and sharp anyway. Like quack. I want to hear a nice bassy quack.
Yes, I like that. A low quack. I think that's.
It sounds like you could just imagine the duck kind of looking like really, really muscly and shredded.
I'm a hedge duck. Quack.
Just got like webbed muscles.
Yeah. I like this idea. I think this is how we fix things. We've got to get ducks to do weights and use those voice things, and then their quacks will echo, and then they'll discover a whole new side to their lives that they never had before.
It's going to be a hot new Spotify list. Quacks, quacks echoing.
Duck quack, quack echo quacks. I'm glad to see you've got yet another business incentive to add to your already growing catalogue of
it's
things.
So busy, so many things to do.
You are so busy, and I appreciate you. I should have said that at the top. I don't mind you ironing crisps while we're talking. That's fine. It's not being picked up by the microphone, so you are. It's fine for you to carry on.
Thank you. I'm just doing this in the background. You guys can't see it. I've just got a pile of crisps/chips behind me, and just each one's got to be meticulously ironed. You can't go too hard, or you'll break it.
Yes, it's a real. You've got a special skill there, and I think it's very impressive. I'm not, you've got a lot to get through. I think I admire your persistence in making sure everyone is.
Everyone's got to be kept intact, because you know what? I think everyone likes to eat foods different way. I don't know a single person that likes to break up their crisps, like to snap them. Like every single time you reach into a bag, as you pull one out, you don't want it to break until you put it in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know a single I don't know anyone that would be like, oh, when I get a bag of crisps, what I love to do is just munch them up and eat them with a spoon. No one does that.
No,
right?
No.
If someone does, please write in and tell us that's the way you like to do it, because I've totally thought about this now. It's a universal thing. Everyone likes to have their chips intact.
Yeah, because like one of the best feelings in the world is when you open a bag of crisps and you reach in and you pull out a crisp that's really big.
Oh,
like it's really big. And
I
it's
saved
really
that
intact.
one.
Yeah, Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course. Because you
Yeah.
know, like, and see if you can put the whole thing in your mouth at once and then have a mega crunch.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'll save the Queen for last.
Yeah. The Queen crisp.
The Queen crisp, I found her.
Does that mean all the others are like worker crisps? Or how does that?
Absolutely.
Right. They're
all
the ones
there
that put in
serving
the
her.
heart. They go out and gather the
Yeah.
food for the Queen.
It
Wow.
gives me like, when you're at the grocery store, like, people that just throw bags of crisps
No.
into the trolley. You can't do it. No, you place
Yeah.
them. You place them nicely on top of the other heavier things. Oh, it gives me anxiety when I see people just throwing bags of crisps around. The integrity is ruined.
It should be. I think all crisps should have a handle carefully sign put on them. And they're fragile. They need all those warning signs that you get on big boxes with like delicate things in, but they should be on bags of crisps. Yeah.
They should come in like those stainless steel suitcases that, like, all gangster money transactions are done with, And you lift it up, and there's just one massive crisp in there, and you're like, yeah, this is good. Give them the money.
That'd be amazing. And it gets delivered by a huge security van that has to drive very carefully.
Oh, yeah. No bumps. Long way around. What's your favorite flavor of crisp?
Oh, no, this is hard, right? Because I think... I either have to go for like... This might be an out and off the wall, but I quite like a paprika or a tomato ketchup flavor.
Ooh, getting into the posh flavors.
Yeah.
Straying away from the schoolyard, Tiernan.
Yeah, I mean, because salt and vinegar is always going to be up there. It's always like champion, but
that's my favorite.
That paprika is like something. Yeah,
not all crisps like have that as a flavor.
No, but you do get it on the crinkle cut one. Sorry to bring that up on like the Walker's Paprika Max or the McCoy's. I should say this show isn't sponsored by any of those, but if they want to send me 4 billion bags of my favourite crisps, I will not object. I will not object at all. If a man wants to bring them around in one individual like case with one giant crisp in either time.
Yeah, or teeny tiny little metal suitcases for each little one.
Yes, I will accept. I won't turn it down. I'm not afraid of selling out to the crisp, to Big Crisp.
Ooh. I'm a big fan of salt and vinegar myself, but if you ask me for my favorite crisp flash chip, it is American-made Doritos. And I know you can get Doritos in the UK, but I promise you, there's a slightly different taste from American Doritos. And my dad used to do business trips from New Zealand, and he would sometimes go to the States, and he'd say, "What do you want me to bring you back?" And I'd say, "Doritos! That's all I want. Please, Doritos." And he came back, and he said, "I've got the Doritos." And he pulled out like the tiny little lunchbox size bag, like one tiny little bag. And I was like, "Thank you, but this is going to be over in 10 seconds.
Did you try and make them last as long as possible? Did you sort of
I absolutely did.
Just lick each crisp over?
Yeah. the queen from that bag is still in my bedroom. I couldn't bring myself to let it.
It's got like a vintage to it now, and it'll be worth a lot one day. It'll be a 20-year-old crisp.
It's got a little crown and a cape and a scepter.
Oh, that's lovely. That's beautiful.
Dorito throne.
That is beautiful. Wow. I wonder why the US ones taste different to the UK ones. I wonder what happens over here that doesn't happen. Like, is it just the ones over here aren't as happy? They're a bit soggier. They're just from the weathers.
Mixed with tea.
Yes.
Whereas the American ones are infused with freedom.
Oh, maybe that's it. And so they're more airy. Yeah. There's got to be some reason for it, I think. But
something. Yeah. We'll never get to the bottom of it. Ever.
No, we never. Well, especially if you don't eat the last crisp, it's just gonna.
Otherwise, it's over.
You'll never get to the bottom of that bag.
That's right. That's one thing I refuse to have closure on. That bag.
I like it. I respect that. And may you forever have that crisp in stasis, never eating it.
I suddenly I didn't realize I did this until my wife pointed it out. When I get a plate of food, I don't tend to mix it all together. I tend to eat it quite this bit, that bit, and I leave my favorite bit till last.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that all food? Like, even food with sauce? Do you have like the sauce to the side?
If it's something that's already served or mixed, like a pasta or like a fried rice or something, you have to eat it all together. But like if it's a meal where it's like there's some potatoes over here and some vegetables over here and like a piece of chicken in the middle, I will eat them in order of least liked to favorite.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, though, isn't it? Because then you've got your favorite thing at the end, and that's the last flavor in your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And look, I don't know. There must be some other people out there that do this, and if there are, it's okay. Don't feel any shame, like my wife tried to give me. It's all right. Okay, you eat it how you want to eat it.
Yeah, see, I go for similar, but like, so say if there's like a favorite bit on the plate, I
Yeah.
might eat a little bit of it halfway through, as like because I know it's my favorite, but then save
Oh,
the rest of it for the
a little
end.
teaser.
Yeah, so it's almost like breaking up the bits I don't like with a real bit that I do like, but then hey, I know at the end there's more of the good stuff. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is like that. It's like a preview teaser trailer, mate. Like you get the full thing.
Yeah. Rice or pasta?
Oh no, that's hard. That's man, oh no, because
Oh, it's a
pasta's
tough one, isn't
like
it?
yeah, pasta's so incredible, but rice can be so incredible as well. I don't
Sometimes
know.
I make rice and just eat it on its own. Like, before I've served it
Yeah,
up, I just shove a spoon in there, just
yeah.
like, oh, fresh rice on its own.
Do you
Ooh.
think the first person that had rice had just one rice and then thought, no, this isn't a meal. Like, what am I meant to just have? How's this fill me up? Like, because
Yeah.
it's so small. Like, How did someone realize you have to have like 600 rice?
Yeah. Do you know what this one little grain would really benefit from? 20,000 friends.
Yeah, because it's such a. I just don't know. It's like couscous. When did someone go? Oh, I've had one couscous. This is not satisfying. I need 4,000 couscous. Like, do you know what I mean? That all those things. At some point, someone realized you have to have quite a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who looked at couscous and thought, yeah, this is going to be amazing? And it is amazing. I tried to make couscous once and I misread the back because what you do is you put the dry couscous in and you put in
Yeah.
a little, like a little bit more water than there is couscous, right? And it says the ratio, if you're interested, is 1.2. I misread that as 12. So I was there trying to, and I'm like, my sixth cup of water. I was like, this seems like way too much water. And I'm only halfway
Wow.
through.
You made couscous squash.
I
That's what you
drowned
did.
couscous.
Yeah, you drowned couscous. And then did you have to fish them out with a tiny net and eat them one by one?
Otherwise, I was never going to learn my lesson. I had to.
No, you have to do this.
Teeny
It's
tiny spoon, eat them out.
I think people do not realize, and maybe many of our listeners won't realize how complicated food can be.
It really is. I know sometimes you just turn up and there's food on the table, and trust me, as a grown up, that is my favorite thing to do is turn up and just someone's gone, here's food for you. It's amazing. It's incredible. But there's a big process behind the scenes.
Yeah, massive process. Well, listen, thank you, Javi, for being on the show, and and it's so nice to have you back. And I feel like we've already learned. I feel like I've already learned a lot today. But I do have a question that's been sent in. I think, pretty sure you're the person that can answer it.
Sure.
But before we get there, I hope you're all right with this. I've got a couple of admin questions. I'll ask these to everyone.
Yes,
I hope that's
please.
all right.
Please. Of
Well,
course, the
the
paperwork.
first one. Everyone's got to do paperwork. It's necessary, isn't it?
Yeah, of
Everything in
course.
life has
Got to do your
paperwork.
homework.
Eating couscous, paperwork. Ironing Chris, paperwork. There's paperwork everywhere. Catching a duck, paperwork. This bit of paperwork is, there is. You've got to fill in a form before you catch a duck because
Yeah, of course. Do you have your papers in order? All right. This all seems to be order. You can quack on now.
That's right. Here's my bill of
Hey!
right. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
You can look this up on our web page.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Much better. Much better. Well, listen, this is an audio podcast. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm sorry. I know you dressed up for the occasion. The audience won't see that. It is audio.
My tuxedo is new.
I know. It looks very smart. Very
you.
smart indeed. But the audience will not see. Most of them listen to it with their ears. As I say every week, if they do choose to listen with their bums, their elbows, we don't mind. However they want to listen, that's fine.
Of course. Don't let anyone tell you how you can listen to something,
Exactly.
Open
Really
up those
important.
shoulder blades and listen in.
Listen in through your shoulder blades. It'd be a very uncomfortable position, but I think if that's what you want to do, you should absolutely do it and not let anyone stop you. But yeah, so I just wondered if you had a favourite noise that you can make for us,
okay.
for people's ears.
Oh, good. Oh, our favorite noise. I've got a noise that I can sometimes make and sometimes not. And I've got a backup noise in case I can't do it right now. So give me a few attempts.
Okay.
I thought I could make a drop of water sound. Hold on.
Ooh.
No, let me. Okay, you can edit this bit out. The attempts. Here we go. It's something I can. You got to wet your lips a little bit.
Oh, got a couple of drops there.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway.
It sounded like you had a leak, but it wasn't that bad a leak.
Yeah, it wasn't like a drop in the bucket. Beautiful noise.
Yeah. That's
I can do a very satisfying clap. My
Okay,
one
go on, then.
clap is here we go.
That didn't pick that up. I think your mic, yeah.
Did my mic peak?
Yeah, your mic said no clapping.
Oh,
wow.
Really?
This is it's almost like you're not allowed to make your sounds today. Have you got in trouble with like some sort of audio board? Are you regulated?
We were talking about ducks quacks can't be echoed. My claps can't be registered by microphones.
That's it. I wondered if you hadn't filled in again the correct forms and the correct paperwork.
All right, fine. If this is all technical difficulties, let me just try one more back at one. It's when you there you go.
Oh, now that's good. That's good. That's
go.
a strange noise. Yeah.
I think we all know what that noise is. It needs no explanation. Just.
Is that a freshly caught duck?
Or... It really is. It's when you put a muzzle on a duck.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, once you caught it,
you got to tie its beak together so it can't scream for help. But don't worry, even if it does, it won't echo. So no one's going to come find it.
It's fine. It is fine. I should say to listeners again, you do need the required paperwork to do. Please don't go capturing ducks unless you have a duck capturing.
These are ducks that have been lost, and we're just returning them to their homes, but we have to apprehend them first.
Yes, on the way to take them to caves/mountains to test the
exactly. The scientists need them.
Yeah. Yes, it's very important work. Well, thank you, Javier, and thank you for trying so many times to get your favourite noise out. And I do hope that next time we hear you, maybe
before the podcast, I did a really good one.
Well, it's always the way.
Cut up about it.
It's always the way. But listeners can maybe imagine just a superb.
Oh, don't say that. The listeners can imagine. Oh, their imaginations were that good. Would they even be listening to this right now?
No, that is true. That is true. Well, yeah, maybe. Well, maybe if they can hit next time they see a drop of water fall from something, they can think of you.
Yeah, that sounds like that guy that kept trying to make that noise.
Yeah, that's it. That's what people need. Well, listen, the other thing, maybe is easier. Is that this show is suitable for people of all ages, any age you can imagine. I don't know if you're able to imagine an age.
I can imagine some ages.
Yeah. Any in particular? Or?
Yeah, like 7. There you go. There's an age.
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. 7, perfect. It's suitable for all ages, not 100. Long story, won't go into it, but every other age, apart from 100. And so
if you are 100 listening to this, get out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely get out. It's not for you. 101.
It's not for you.
Fine, welcome back, but not 100. They know the rules. They should know the rules at that age.
Exactly.
If you haven't known,
if you're in the room with someone right now who's 100 listening to this, just turn to them and shake your head and go, "You know what you've done. You can't be here."
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, just close the door in their face. Just to get them to get out. Well, so apart from that, suitable for all ages. So I just wondered if there's any rude words that you won't be saying to make sure this show stays family friendly.
Oh, absolutely. I will not be saying monkey farts at all.
Oh, thank goodness.
Monkey farts, no laughing matter. Absolutely, no.
No. I do need to check with you. And I appreciate you not saying monkey farts. It's an awful word. How is just the singular monkey fart?
A lot similar to a duck being apprehended.
Right. I didn't mean in sound. I meant, is it? I know monkey farts is very unsafe. I don't know how safe the word monkey fart is.
Oh, it's not very safe
singular
at all.
It's
monkey fart. I mean, it's a fine line. Depends who you ask. But in my family, both words were banned.
Sure. Well, one monkey fart or many monkey farts are both as awful as
plural and singular. Yes.
Sure. That's good to know. That's very good to know. And I appreciate you not saying that on the show. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't.
My dad would say, "No monkey fart in this house, and no monkey farts. This monkey fart shall have no friends. Stop it with the monkey fart and farts."
And then he'd hand you a small packet of Doritos.
I had my small packet of Doritos. And I was like, "Don't worry, Queenie. We'll say it when he goes to sleep."
Wow. Well, I appreciate that your dad had these strict rules about very important
It was tough love.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to have for things like that, for words like monkey farts, you've got to have these rules because you can't just have people saying them, willy nilly.
I know, exactly. Like, but other farts were fine in the house. Pig farts, cow farts, chicken farts. It was fine. It was really only the monkey. I almost said it. That was really problematic.
Yes. Do you think duck farts echo?
Surprisingly, that you can't stop them echoing. They echo for ages,
strange, isn't it? So maybe ducks are just the wrong way round. It's just something I wouldn't.
Help! My feet are coming out of my face.
Yeah, I just wonder if their farts echo, but their quacks don't. Maybe maybe they need to be turned around. Anyway, it's something to think about. Thank you for not saying monkey farts. I certainly won't, and I appreciate you helping this make this podcast safe for everyone. Have you? This question's coming right, and this question's coming from it's coming from hi me is good from the United Kingdom. And they don't say where.
Me is good.
Yeah, you've heard of them, right? That's hi me is good. Not to be confused with any of the other hi's.
Yeah, I often see that on name tags.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot to fit on a name tag, but it's
yeah. And when you go to those stores that have like the keychains with names on them, like James and Sarah, there's always like the hi me is good.
Yeah. It's not. I wouldn't say it's an unusual name, but it's still more rare than it should be. I think more people should be called greetings, just because it's a nice way to start a conversation, isn't it?
That's right. This is my son. Hi, me is good, and his sibling. Salutations.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, and also because people know your name, or people know your name just by saying hello. When like sometimes you don't remember people's names, but if you go up to someone and go hi, and they already think you know their name, even though you've forgotten it, that's quite nice.
I love the efficiency of it. It's like, hi, me is good.
Yeah.
There you go. It's the opposite of like, when you're ending a conversation, these days you can't just go bye. You have to go bye.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. It's the greeting version of that. Hi. Me is good.
Yeah, you've answered all the questions already. You've jumped ahead and then you can get straight down to the business chat. Hi, me is good. Right, here's the duck paperwork. Here's the that's
hi, me is good. No, there's a fire. We've got to get out of here.
Yeah. It's good. I do like it. It is very good. They say they're from the United Kingdom. They haven't said which bit, so I don't. Maybe they just roam around all the islands at once.
Oh, person of leisure, eh?
Yeah, possibly. Or they're huge and they live on all of the United Kingdom at once.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's very difficult.
They use all the Ferris wheels as like foot massages.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's why there's so many of them around. That explains it. That explains it. Well, I mean, it's a mystery. We haven't been given further information, but we do know that hi me is good. They have sent in this question, and the question starts with nice, which isn't part of the question, but I like that they already let us know the question is nice.
Nice.
So nice, and then they've said question. Y is minus plus equals.
Y is minus plus equals. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's been stumping scientists for a long time. Y is minus plus equals.
Yeah, I it's not something I'm not very good at. How are you with maths? Are you good with maths?
Nowhere near as good to answer this question, but I'll give it a crack. Crack.
Okay.
Y is minus plus equals. Because equals minus plus wouldn't work. And minus plus equal. Oh God, I'm so confused already. Why is minus plus equals? Why is minus plus equals?
Yeah,
because you got to go down to get up high to bring equilibrium into your life. You got to go through the lows and the highs in life, and you're going to come out the same at the end. That's why
clever.
Minus plus equals.
I like that. See, I wondered if there was. This is why I'm not very good at maths. That was what you said. I think is quite a beautiful statement, and I think it's quite poetic. I was wondering because minus is like one line, and a plus is like two lines, and then the two lines kind of turn around to become equals. So like you got the minus, the other line joins, and then they have to figure it out, and they become a little equals.
That's right. Yeah, they say let's run side by side. Hey, what's with all the fussing and the fighting? Let's just, you're down here, I'm up there. What's the difference? Let's just run side by side through life, my friend.
That's nice. Yeah, that's lovely actually, because I think maybe this question brings to the forefront that we've been doing maths wrong. We always look at what's the sum, but we're not looking at how do all those little like symbols get along.
Exactly. Yeah, we've always been wanting like, what's the result? Yeah, what's the answer to the decimal point, rather than why is the answer?
Yeah. It's a bit like, our true friends are the ones we made along the way. It's
exactly.
Like that, isn't it? But with
math, the real solution is the friends we made along the way.
That's right. It's not about 5 divided by 5 equals. It's about divided and equals.
What if it's saying
obstacles to work together?
Exactly. What if it's y is minus plus equals? Why is it saying? Maybe it's saying, look, there's minus and plus, and they're just equals. They're equals. You just got to look at they're just equals. Not one's better, not one's worse. Equals, man. Equals.
That's nice. It's just a nice message to end on, isn't it? Equals, like equals, pequals, like just
yeah. It feels like it's brought balance into my soul.
I like that. It's lovely. Do you have a favorite mathematical symbol?
Oh, yes. I quite like pi.
Yeah, pie's good, isn't it?
Just because it makes me hungry and I love pie.
Yeah. I'm good at pi. Yeah.
Because pi technically goes on forever. The number pi goes on forever. And I like to think that pies go on forever.
Yeah, but they don't. No one's made a pie. Like someone needs to make a pie that goes on as long as pi.
I know, right? Just pi to the 700th decimal byte.
Yeah, that would be it. Or maybe, maybe we just need to take smaller bites of pie. I hadn't thought of that actually.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
Smaller.
I quite like the square. Is it the square root one? The one that's got like the kind of the squiggle and then the up and then it goes across. That's square root, isn't it? Is that square root?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks a little like a little heartbeat monitor.
Yeah. That's why I like it. Yeah.
It
looks it's mathematical, but it looks medical, and I like that it's like I can be what I want.
Exactly. Yeah. When I finish with this equation, I've got to go do some surgery.
Yeah, and I like that. It's like got 2 jobs. It's very exciting. Yeah,
I've always wanted to do that thing where you just got like a blackboard or a big whiteboard and you just like scribble numbers on it and equations and just get to the bottom and like underline the answer. I wanted to do that all my life. I haven't been able to yet.
Do you think it has to make sense? Because you could just do it. Like sometimes
you could just do it. Like it depends. Like, is someone going to check it? And knowing my life, someone at the back, like there's going to be people going, yeah, and someone's going to go, no, that's wrong. And I'll be like, you're ruining it.
It depends where you do it. If you do it in like a maths lecture at like a school or like a college or something, you're going to get in trouble. If you just do it in like the park or you just do it in like your own home, I think you just put what you like.
Just get away with it. I like that idea. Just wheel a blackboard into a park and just go, right, everyone, I'm going to solve it. Just start scratching and scribbling away. I bet you'd draw a crowd.
Yeah, you would. You would draw a crowd. And also, like, if they didn't know what maths, like, how it worked, they might just think you're an incredible genius. You're doing something too obscure for them to figure it out.
Exactly. Everyone's going to be going like, I don't know what the answer is, but he looks very smart and determined.
Yeah, also it could just be very funny to a really long, complicated looking one, and then at the end put equals, and then just put like fart, or like just put something that really like, so you just make like a mega prank, just put equals
monkey fart.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, see, Dad, I've just proved it. It's fine.
And it's not rude if it's part of a mathematical equation.
It's not rude, it's science, Dad.
That's right. That's how you get around all of these things, I think.
That's right. If you want to get away with something, kids, just like do a big equation on a blackboard or whiteboard, and at the end, put what you want. Like all this thing, like equals lollies, or half an hour before bedtime.
No one minds if you're rude as long as you show the workings out. That's what
exactly.
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
show us how you got to this incredibly rude word.
And then it is fine. I think that's very sensible. And I think if everyone listening wants to do that on the blackboard before their school lesson starts, I think all their teachers will be very impressed.
Yes. Yeah. They're not going to check it.
They're not going to check it. They won't get it. They won't get it at all. Well, I think you gave a very lovely answer to hi me is good's question. I have to say, I think that is, yeah. I mean, the other thing I suppose I haven't. I don't know if it's worth me covering this in case, but I'm assuming it's minus plus equals. It could be like hyphen or dash plus equals. It could be I don't really know what other equals could actually just be 2 slices of bread from a sandwich with no filling. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to have read the question wrongly.
I think it's one of those questions where the real answer was the friends we made along the way.
That is very fair, and that's why they put nice at the beginning.
Nice. Yeah.
That's why. Well, thank you, Javier. What a fantastic answer. And I do hope that hi me is good is pleased with that.
I hope that we've given you a satisfactory answer. Hi me is good.
Yes, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. And thank you so much. It's nice to have you back, as I said. And if you've got a busy day, year, decade, century ahead.
So much to do. Crinkle cut chips to straighten out. I've got to round up some monkey farts. Oh god, I said it. So much to do, mate. I've got to go clean this tuxedo. I've got to go distribute these chips into tiny suitcases.
It's busy. Well, it's good luck with all of it, and thanks again.
Thanks, mate. Lovely to be here. Thanks, everyone.
Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles.
Big thanks to Javier for having time to answer hi Mia's Good's question, despite being so busy ironing crinkle cut crisps. If you are one of our listeners in New York, then you can go and see Javier do his incredible Card Ninja show at the New Victory Theatre in November. It's a family show, which is not only funny, but also, as it says in the name, has Javier doing ridiculously cool things using playing cards. I've popped the link into the pod blurb, so do check it out. Hi, me is good. I hope you liked your answer, but if not, please give any complaints to a duck to pass on only by quacking it into a cave, and then I'll never hear it. If you have questions you need answering, and please send some in, especially if you've not sent in any before, then get your poopy dummies, grown-ups, to help you email me at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Also, we've got a live Q&A now on Spotify after every episode, and I think nobody's done it yet, so if you want to write in anything there, I think I get it sent to me immediately. Come and see us live at the Edinburgh Fringe or wherever we're near you, and check out all our shows at comedyclubforkids.co.uk and grab our t-shirts and book at comedyclubforkids.store. And don't forget, the next 2 shows are Tin and Has Gone Away holiday specials, so they'll be a teeny bit different while I'm away. If I can go away, I'm so full of fizz. I've started to float upwards a bit. That could also be because I made the walls and floor fizzy, so there's not really anything to stand on anyway. I don't know what else there is to fizz. I must fizz something else. What kind of damage is it going to cause when I burp? I don't care. I feel like I must fizz more things. There must be more things that could get that bubbly excellence. Maybe my neighbours. Maybe the whole country. Maybe the whole planet could be fizzing. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, I feel so much better. And now I've got more space to fizz more things up and drink them. So, what else can I fizz? Oh, what about this podcast? This podcast must be fizzy! Take that, unboxing videos! Bye! You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! Radio Nonsense! It's the end.